Hi, everyone. What's going on? This is Caden.
Welcome back to the Hollanders podcast.
Yeah, I know. So we are here today with a very special guest.
Very special.
A very, very dear friend of ours.
My older sister, biologically.
Sure. This is Taylor DeGuzman.
Woo!
Hello, human beings. Hi, my name is Taylor DeGuzman. I'm from San Diego, California, and I'm so excited to be here today.
Awesome. So
I feel like you rehearsed that.
a little bit on the drive here.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about quite a few things today. This is going to be a bit of a longer episode, I feel like. We'll sort of play it by
Taylor's
ear.
special.
Taylor's special, and we have a lot to talk about, a lot to get
I'm
into.
nervous.
So,
Don't be.
Before we start talking about Taylor, though, Emma and I have sort of something that we want to put out. So we have 2 potential titles for the podcast, and we want to know, Taylor, your thoughts.
No, 3.
3? There were 3?
Never mind, there weren't 3.
I thought there were only 2.
There weren't 3.
Okay, and we want to see
I'm actually
what... So
completely
right
kidding.
now, the podcast is, its temporary sort of working title is The Hollanders, right? Because we are
Kind of
both...
boring, but, to kind of describe
It sums
us.
it up. We are the Hollanders, right?
And we talk, and we...
Yeah,
Yep.
yell at each other.
That's it.
The other idea
like this.
was that because part of the idea is the podcast is that we're saying things and we just don't care. We're just gonna say it, just send it. So the other idea is 0 F's given.
Oh,
But not actually like the F. Like
Not the F. It would just
it's
be
just like
F's.
F.
0 F's given. Those are 2 completely different titles. One is very wholesome.
Yeah.
The other is like 0 F's given.
Yeah, they're very...
I know. So comment
also...
below.
Well, if there's any other ideas, anyone can feel free to suggest
We are
them.
open to suggestions.
If there's something witty with the Hollanders we can do, that'd be wonderful. But that hasn't been presented yet, nor could we think of that. And just the Hollanders is kind of boring.
Holla at
Hollanders.
Hollander at us. Love a good pun.
Where did 0 F's given come from?
Hayden's mind.
I came up with it one day because I was
Whoa.
So
Ew.
so sort of on that theme. So Taylor, what we're going to
On that theme.
what we're basically going to do whenever we have a sort of a guest on, sort of our plan is we're going to sort of talk about how we met this person, why this person's significant in our lives, and sort of just give some context, just sort of for people who don't maybe know this person. So
Yeah,
Taylor,
because some of our viewers don't know you.
right?
That's true. That's very
Taylor,
true.
quite a few of you do.
Follow me
Taylor,
on Instagram. Sorry.
oh,
No, plug it, please plug it.
At Taylor R. DeGuzman. I'm sure Kaden will.
yes,
there.
there's 2 R's.
2 R's.
But yeah, so Taylor's very interesting because we have quite a very long and interesting history.
Complicated, if you will.
Yeah,
A little bit.
A little bit. So this
We'll sum it up quickly for you.
yeah. So this will be interesting actually because I've never heard your perspective on this.
I have.
I know you have, which has been agonizing for me. So Taylor, do you want to start or do you want me
Yeah,
to
I can
start?
start.
Okay.
Wait, are you just gonna feed off?
I was thinking we would tag team this.
Tag team? Okay.
Okay, so how?
And I'm just here.
So just start from the beginning. Start from the beginning, or
All
whatever
right.
your beginning is.
Ladies, are we doing the Cliff Note version or are we doing in depth?
I could go as in depth or cliff note as you are
Okay.
comfortable or want to go into.
You know what? Let's just set the scene. So it was a cold, brisk night.
November.
Oh.
I was in the middle of No Shave November.
Okay, yes. No Shave November. I didn't know that. But it was night at the museum at Del Norte. For all y'all who don't know that, basically it's where all the arts kind of showcase, right? Is it
Yeah.
the arts?
Yeah, all the arts showcase.
All the
usually-
electives.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, yeah. All
Yeah.
the electives kind of showcase.
you were there for choir, right?
I was there for choir.
I was there for DNN.
Yes. This was senior year, right? My senior
Your senior year, my junior year. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, we're just gonna get juicy right away.
Kaden, hyena.
All right.
That's better.
She's been talking about spirit animals lately, and she thought I was a hyena. My spirit animal was a hyena, and I disagree. I don't think I'm that aggressive.
Yeah, you know what? I can kind of see that.
Exactly. I'm a baby
a-
tiger cub.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you are. You
I
know,
don't
I
see
was
that at
thinking,
all.
I was saying that, and also a baby deer.
I can see that too.
Like deers aren't as aggressive as Emma is. At least a baby tiger cub has like some.
Well, because I got a little raw in me. You know
There's
what I'm
one
saying?
dude that said she was a stingray.
Shout out Jackson Payne.
Whoa.
I'm adding you. I know
Yeah.
you watched this.
So anyway, outside of our spirit animal discussion,
Okay, yeah,
Taylor's
sorry.
setting our scene.
So, brisk cold night, November, night at the museum, choir. Kaden is there for something.
DNN.
DNN. I look off into the distance. This is so cringy. I look off into the distance and I see this man, also known as Caden Hollander.
Caden H. Hollander.
Caden H. Hollander. Yes.
Forgot the age.
Don't forget the age.
Cannot forget the age.
And I was like, this guy's really cute. Oh, help. And told my friend, I was like, who is that? I've never seen him before. You know, you're in high school for 4 years, my senior year. You kind of get used to everyone around you.
Right, you
know
think
what
you
I
know
mean?
everyone, yeah.
You think you know everyone. And I was like, I've never seen this guy before. He's really cute, you know? Mm-hmm. And so then he interviews a choir person that's not me. And I'm like, oh my God. I pass right by him. I'm like, please pick me. Doesn't pick me. He picks my friend Jenny. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Shout
Why?
out to Jenny.
Why did he pick Jenny?
Well, because
No-
I
no
knew
hate.
Jenny at that
Freaking
point.
Jenny.
Freaking Jenny. This made me miss my chance. We'll get to that later. And so I told her, I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, guy that was interviewing you. She's like, oh, it's my friend, Caden. Want me to tell him about you? And then I was like, you know what? No F's given. Sure. I think, right?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
So then she comes in. I had just finished recording something else, and so I was with my production partner, and then she comes into the drama room, and with her boyfriend Anurag, still dating.
Wow.
I know, pretty dedicated. They come in and they're like, "Yo, Caden, I think we got a girl for you," and I'm like, "What?"
They said that?
And they're like, "There's this girl, and she thought you were really cute," and I'm like, "All right." And then this is a huge crux of the story here. I'm like, "Oh, could I see a picture? Like, is she cute?" Because I don't know who they're setting me up with at this point, right? So they go on.
Turns out, yeah, she was cute.
Right.
But
So-
he did not know this at the time.
So they go on Instagram, and for some reason they can't find your Instagram. So they find your singing account that you haven't posted on since the beginning of your sophomore year. So they find it and they're like, "Oh, this is her." And I'm like, "Yeah, she's pretty, but like keep in mind at this point she was a sophomore, so I knew obviously she was gonna like look different."
You didn't think I was pretty when I was a sophomore?
I said I did.
You thought I was just subpar.
I didn't think you were subpar. I thought you were pretty, but I didn't know like what the evolution was. You
Also,
know?
he showed me that singing account. Like, they weren't the most high quality videos.
Oh, wow. We're digging
I mean, like,
sophomore
like
Taylor
no,
DeGuzman.
I mean like your singing sounded great, right?
Yeah.
But like the camera, you know, like it wasn't
yeah.
super like you couldn't really see you. Like I thought you were a completely different ethnicity before I met you.
What did you think I was?
I thought you were black. Not gonna lie, because it was like a
Full?
maybe mixed, probably like
Okay.
mixed.
Okay.
But like, cause like
Well, I
the
get
video was like kind of like dark and
Yeah,
like
I
it
can
was
see
like,
that.
and your hair was like I don't know, like you just like that's like
Was it the one where I was in the shower?
I don't know. There were a few.
no. I
And
was
so-
like
so-
one, and the camera was like yellowy. It was
Yeah,
like
Anyway,
mean.
besides
So,
that, yeah.
that's you know.
So I was like, all right, give me her number. And they're like, great. So then I text Taylor and I'm like, hey, I heard you were talking about me. Right? I remember this.
that,
Yeah. And so then I remember we texted for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
I remember the exact line. Taylor was like, she was like, yeah, I told my friend I thought you were cute. And when I read through that, because I read through all of their text messages, I was like, oh my god, this is like me as an 8th grader, and I was like, oh my god, she has so many balls to actually say that to a guy. Like, oh my god. I was really impressed.
But yeah, anyway, so then
Don't worry, when you're a senior in high school, no F.
0 F's given. So then later, like a week or two later, Anurag, who was one of the guys that set this whole thing up, he's in choir. He comes up to me. He's like, Caden, there's a choir social on Friday. You should come. And I'm like,
Things are moving so
I'm like,
fast.
Anurag, I'm not going to a choir social. Like, what do you think I am? Like, you think I'm just going to show? I'm not in choir. You think I'm just going to show up at a choir social? And he's like, oh, Taylor's there. I'm like, when is it? So,
Oh wait, when is it?
so they're like, he's like, all right, it's Friday night. And I'm like, solid, right? And so, unfortunately, I didn't have anything going on. Usually I have stuff going on in my afternoons, but for some reason this one afternoon in my whole life I didn't, right? And so I was like, oh, it's like 4 o'clock, the social starts at 5, I'll just get there early.
Everything happens for a reason.
Right, and so then I drive...
I know.
And so then I drive there, and I get there, and I'm like, I get there like 20 minutes before the social even starts. And I'm like, well, this is lame. I'm not about to walk into Kaminsky's barbecue, where it was at. I'm not about to walk into Kaminsky's barbecue when I don't know any choir people, and I'm still waiting for Anurag, Jenny, and there was one of my friends get there that was supposed to introduce us. Yeah.
So now we're gonna switch it over. So people are telling me from the drama department, they're like, "Oh my gosh, Kaden Hollander is coming to the social," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, no way! Like this is so fast." And I was like, "Okay." So we get to Kaminsky's barbecue, and we pull up to this spot right in front of the liquor store. There were no other spots. Okay, Megan Leung and I look to our left or right.
I think it was you're right. I think so. It was my left. I remember this. I was in the driver's seat.
Okay, we look to our right. Lo and behold, who is there? Kaden H. freaking Hollander.
So my theory was that I got there early, so I was just going to sit in my car and do nothing until about, 15 minutes after the thing had started so I could walk in late.
Fashionably late.
Right.
Because he wants to pretend he's a cool guy.
But then a car pulls up next to me, and I look, and I see Megan Leung, because I didn't know her at that point, but I knew who she was, enough. And then I look, and I see you. But once again, I'd only seen sophomore you, so I didn't know it was you. You just look kind of familiar. So I'm like, there are one of two ways this could work out. This could not be Taylor, and then they could just get out of the car and walk in. Or this could be Taylor, at which point she's going to see me, and this is going to be the most awkward way of meeting her ever. I'm going to be in my car. Do I get out of my car?
That's so funny that you're thinking that, because the whole time in the car, I was laughing my butt off. Because I was like, that's freaking him right there.
Yeah, so that, and then I saw you guys looked at me at one point, and that was when I made a bad mistake. I decided to duck. I was like, I'm not dealing with this right now. So I just ducked, and I hid.
Funny.
I was hiding in the little foot area, and then I see you guys walked in, I'm like, okay, phew, right? But I didn't even get a clear look at you, so I didn't even know it was you. So then...
I just ducked.
I'm like, I bet. So then I eventually walk into this bar, right? And I look, and it is in fact you, right? And I hadn't actually seen you before, really, right? I saw a glimpse of you, and then I'd seen your sophomore self. So I didn't know you were drop dead gorgeous, right? So I was like, ah!
Oh my gosh, rip headphone users. Oh my god.
So I kind of freaked out a little bit,
I'm sorry
right?
for that,
Rip
guys.
AirPod users.
Yeah.
For real.
So it was just kind of like an oof. So I remember I was sitting down, and then you were the president of choir at the time.
Vice president, but it's okay.
Oh really? I thought you were the president, and you were getting
You
up.
were the president.
You were
of his eyes.
getting up and talking to everyone, and everyone knew you, and you seemed so important. And I was like, oh my god! I feel like I was on a rock. I'm very flattered, but this girl is so out of my league, and every aspect. No, that's fine. So I just kind of sat in shame. I felt the entire night of oof.
Well, didn't I introduce myself to
Yeah,
you?
well, we talked a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about Stranger Things.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't remember that at all.
We talked about
Kane
a
blinked
few
out.
things. You blinked
I remember
out.
talking about La La Land briefly. I remember that.
Oh, yes, yeah, we did talk about La La
And you
Land.
texted about that as well.
And then I remember I got up to
Thanks
sing.
a lot.
I got up to sing karaoke, which was the worst
Oh,
thing
I will
I
never
could
forget about that.
possibly done. In front of the
Etched in
entire
my brain.
choir. Yeah, that was an oof.
No, that's what Taylor.
Yeah.
What did you sing?
Oh, Coldplay.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Kind of.
a guy named Hercules started slow dancing with me. Do you remember that?
Wait, no. Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just remember,
I don't remember
okay, I don't want you to get offended by this.
No, I'm not
Okay,
gonna find
Whenever I would look towards your direction, we would make eye contact. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Oh my god, how
A little
cute.
bit. A little bit.
Oh my god.
I remember this a little bit.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I was still a skimpy junior at this point, so I was oh man, I'm not, I was kind of a wimp. So I was after I leave this choir social, and I'm like, all right, she's way out of my league in every respect. That's fine. It was a nice little night out, but odds are this will never really go anywhere because we didn't really talk or hit it off at all. We just talked a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it was a weird environment.
yeah, it was a weird dynamic. And then because you were in leadership, you were walking around talking to people. It
Yeah.
wasn't a date type environment. So I was like, okay. So the next morning I texted you hey, nice to meet you. We had a little conversation, but I figured that was kind of it. I figured I would never hear from you again.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, 3 days more later, I look at my phone and who's texted me? Taylor DeGuzman. And I'm like, what in the world?
What did I text you?
I don't even know. It was something stupid, which is why I was like, huh.
Just how he knew.
So now I'm a firm believer in the Hay ratio. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Hay ratio basically is whoever reaches out in a relationship first over text, and you should do it about evenly, optimally, right? So at this point, I had reached out originally. I had reached out the night after. So the Hay ratio was way out of whack. But then she evened up the Hay ratio.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this girl might actually be into me. And I was kind of surprised about it. But I was still skeptical at this point.
Yes.
Because I didn't even know you.
Yes.
And I remember there was this one...
And you are out of his league.
That too.
Are, present tense. Still it.
Still on. Yeah. So there was this one time where you texted me, or you said, "Oh, you're into movies? Like, I'm kind of like a movie buff." And I was like, all right. And now, Taylor, you don't understand. People tell me all the time that they're movie buffs, and they're not, right? They're like basic.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, what are some of your favorite movies you've seen this year? It was totally a test, right? And so then you go like, oh, I love Baby Driver and Get Out, which are like basic, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, like next. And then
I love those movies.
they're great movies, but like, yeah. And then you said The Florida Project, and I was shook.
He told me that.
No one else had seen that.
He told our mom that. He was like, she's seen The Florida Project.
And that was when I
and
like.
my mom was like, oh my god, honey, that's amazing. Hold on to her.
I was like, that's it. Like, all right, yeah.
I
So then,
remember us texting about that.
Yeah. So that was a big moment for me.
Yes.
I don't know about during this time anything you have to say. Like, what was your perspective on that?
I feel like I blinked out during this time. We had good conversations though.
We did.
I read them. They were good.
We
I
had
remember
some
good
good
conversations.
conversations.
I remember that. And so then, I remember. So this was like early December,
Yeah.
right? Then
Yes.
I like slyly asked you to go see Coco with me.
Yes.
I remember that, and you said yes.
Yes.
And then you blew me off.
Okay, no. Didn't blow you off.
So I'm really curious. Because you gave, I forget what the excuse was, but you gave some sort of excuse the day of. You'd said yes. and then
Final study?
something like that. Some sort of excuse why you couldn't go. Was it, and I remember thinking at the time, it sounds like a legitimate excuse. Was that a legitimate excuse, or was that just...
You know, I'm gonna be honest.
Please be honest.
Be 100% honest.
Go off. No F's given.
No F's given. It was a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I just got out of church, and we were gonna go in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I did have studying, but I obviously could
Yeah.
have gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just me scared, also because I'd gotten. I mean, this is gonna go into detail, but I'd gotten not really hurt. Well, really hurt a year ago, and then hurt kind of that summer. So I was like, I don't really, and I'm a senior. He's a
Right.
junior. Should I even go
Where is
for
this
it?
gonna
You know what I
go?
mean? Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Which I probably should have just been said it up front. That's just me being a B.
I think you probably did.
No.
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 See, Emma didn't like me right now.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
ladies.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I still liked you.
You
At
did.
this point.
I stopped liking you on Valentine's Day.
Okay, so we're
Anyway,
gonna get there.
we'll get there.
So yeah, so at this point, didn't work out. I remember we said we were gonna hang out at some other point. It just never happened.
Yeah.
And then you went to the Philippines, and that was when this all went downhill.
Yes.
So Taylor
yes,
DeGuzman
I see.
goes to the Philippines and comes back.
Did not come back the same.
No, she didn't.
It was a transcendent.
Yeah,
kind of
it was.
experience.
It was. She's clearly had some sort of transcendent experience in the Philippines. So was it just like
Where she realized that Kate Hollander was not it.
right? So as soon as she comes back from the Philippines, as soon as you came back from the Philippines, the hay ratio just went out of whack. It was even at that point, and it just went. So
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
curious,
that.
was it like a new year, new me, like senior year's almost done, like I can see the finish line, I don't want to start anything right now type of thing? Or was it just like,
Disinterested, boring.
I met a
next.
Filipino guy.
Thank you, next. Whatever.
See, so it was a cold, brisk morning. 7:30 a.m. There's this guy. No, I'm kidding. I met no one. No, I think when I went to the Philippines, it was for 2.5 weeks. This is gonna sound very dramatic. I was just with my family the whole entire time and away from my phone. Obviously, I Snapchatted and Instagram the whole thing, but I just kind of had this realization I can't start anything.
Right.
I'm a senior. It's gonna be a new year. I think I got back mid-January.
Like new year, new you, right.
Yeah. But I didn't think of it as new year, new me. I'm not gonna get with anyone. It was just kind of the whole senior thing. I don't want to start anything right now, so I hurt anyone.
Right. So then,
So sad.
so that happened, and then I remember there was one point where then it was mid-January, and I texted you something, and then you texted me back, oh, thank you so much, Kaden, you're such a great friend. And that was oof.
Did I?
You did. And so at this point, keep in mind, everything I'd been
Feels
hearing
bad.
from Anurag and Jenny was she's interested, going good. And so I was like, wow, that's an oof. So I felt like there were mixed signals getting sent at me, right? At
They
this
were
point.
still saying that I was interested in January.
I don't know if they were saying that you were interested in January, but everything I had heard up to that point was that you were.
Yeah.
I don't think they talked to me about it in January.
Okay.
They probably hadn't talked to me about it since after you got back from the Philippines. Yeah. But so I was like, that's interesting. So then we didn't really talk much for a few weeks, but then I was just kind of in a very confused state. And so I thought about it a bit. And so
Why am I gonna cry?
late one night, Caden's thinking, and he's like, you know what? I should just text her and be totally upfront, and then we'll figure it out, and like I can just like be totally upfront, and if she likes me, then great, and if she doesn't, then at least I know, and I can move on to bigger and better things, right?
Right.
Which is what I did. It was like the type of thing you would do if you were drunk. I wasn't drunk, but similar. Oh, are you? Mm-hmm. Oh, are you finding it? Okay. So I did this
the night before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was like 11:30 at night.
The 13th of February.
I didn't think of it as the night before Valentine's Day. That was a major mistake on my part.
About that?
No, I didn't. And so I woke up the next morning and it was Valentine's Day. Keep in mind, Valentine's Day is not a significant day in my life at this point. Now it is, but at this point, definitely not. So
There's too many texts.
There's too many.
Too many texts. Either way.
When you text too much.
Maybe it's better we don't find it. Anyway, so I get... So yeah, so I send that, I go to bed, I wake up in the morning.
Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I essentially said that I really liked you, right? And I wanted to be totally upfront about it. And I get if you're not interested. Like, it was like the classic sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then I get up in the morning, haven't heard anything. Go to school, I'm driving to school, I check my phone, haven't heard anything. I'm walking... So when did you So I'm just curious before we get into this next part.
Wait,
of the
I
story.
don't even know when I sent it.
But when did you see it? Did you see it that night or did you see it when you woke up in the morning?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably guess that I saw it that night just because I'm always on my phone. Well, wait, what time did you?
It was
send
late.
At?
It was like 11:30.
Oh, then I don't know.
Either way.
Either way,
That's
I was really sad about it.
Insignificant, yeah. So
was Caden.
Yeah. So then So then I'm walking up to school and I just hear these heels
my favorite booties.
on the pavement. Yeah. And so I'm like, and it's like ominous. And I remember this is like the one day I was late to school. I'm never late. At this point, I was never late.
I have 4 tardies this trimester because of Caden Henry Hollander.
And you were never late. Because I remember I used to drive into the parking lot. I used to always see you walking up. Like, you were always early. Never late. The school is deserted in front of the school. And I just hear, and I look, and it's her. And I'm like, oh my God. I haven't seen a text at this point, but I know, whatever it is, it's awkward. Because if she said, great relationship, what am I going to do? Just be like, yo, awkward.
Hey.
And if it's no, it's even more awkward, right? So I see you walking up, and you're walking up to the front of the school, and I'm walking up from the side, up the ramp. So I'm like, all right, I got to get in front of her so I don't end up getting behind her and then having to walk behind her slow.
We're both walking from the parking lot?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Because I didn't want to get behind your slow plodding heels because then I wouldn't be able to get in front of you without you seeing me. So I sped walked as fast as I could to get in front of you, and then as I was walking to class, I just heard it was like the Jaws theme behind me the whole time. So you saw me at that point? I guess.
I did.
Yeah.
That's the moment of my life. I was like, of course. The timing had to be perfect where me and you would be entering the school
at the exact same time when we never did.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I had all my Valentines with me.
Yeah.
For my friends.
Right.
Ladies.
But yeah.
For friends.
So at that point, I read the text. Obviously didn't turn out well.
Wait, when did you read it? After we walked?
I read it as soon as I got into my APL class. My first period class. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of expected it just because of what was happening. So I was like, okay, oof. It's Valentine's Day.
We're talking emotional. It's okay. We're past that.
Yeah, it's funny. So I was there.
I don't want us revisiting this to, spark feelings of anger.
No, there are no feelings of anger, Taylor.
We love you, Taylor.
Yeah, no.
Are you sure?
You're not the one I'm angry about.
Oh!
There are other women that I'm more angry about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was telling. Okay. That's what I was referring to. Okay. No, I'm not angry at you at all. Okay. But anyway, so at this point, I see the text. It's not good, right? So I'm like, all right, that's fine. And then we're having a Valentine's Day party in my APL class, and so I'm sitting in the back of the class with my friends, and then some people from stats walk in to do a little stats survey. And lo and behold, guess who it is?
It's me, ladies and gents. It's me.
And so at this point, I just about freaked the fuck out, right? Because I'm like... Because I'm
PG, Kaden.
I'm
sorry, Mom. That wasn't me.
Because I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Of course, right? And then you even, waved to me, too. You didn't look like it was awkward. It didn't look like it was awkward for you at all.
Yeah. was trying to
diffuse the situation, right?
Yeah.
And so at least I was sitting in the back, not the front. But then my friends all knew who you were. Because they all knew what was happening. Yeah. And they were like, oh my God, Caden, is that the girl? And I'm like, oh my God, no, not now, not now, not now. So then there was that. And then after that, I swear to God, I ran into you 3 more times that day. And I never saw you at school.
Yeah, we never saw you.
We just hung out in like different places.
Yeah.
But like walked past you must have been 3 different times.
Just the universe.
Yeah. So that was lovely. So it was a lovely day. And then I got home and my mom had got me like a little like chocolate marshmallow heart. And she's like, oh, happy Valentine's Day. And I'm like, Mom, you have no idea.
She didn't know yet.
No, she didn't. But yeah, so then that's sort of like the beginning of our history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from that, I did not like Taylor DeGuzman. She was on my bad side.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, let's hear Emma's side.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I was really excited about this budding relationship for them. Because I read through all of their texts, and I counted how many times Kane said LOL. It was over 100, in case anybody cares. But
true.
I thought she was so pretty, and she was so nice, and they had a lot of common interests, and she seemed like such a great girl, and so nice, and so, like, amazing, right? And I was like, finally, thank God, right? And then, you know, you rejected him, which obviously, like, I get that, you know, because we've been there, you know,
Yeah.
But you, like, it's not
When it's your brother.
yeah,
Right.
it's like, I was like, you know, like, blah, 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 like, she rejected you, like, blah, like, you know, because, like, obviously, I was upset for him.
Yeah.
Not upset
But
at
she
you.
only heard my
Right, and, like,
story.
obviously, like, it's not your fault that you didn't have feelings for him then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
obviously. But in that moment, I did not like you. Yes.
Yeah.
So then, for the next few months, I just didn't like you. And then, Kaden was like, we were talking about who we were gonna, like, what's the word? Cast in Tech Week.
Tech Week is a movie feature film that I just finished. By
And coming out to a theater near you, June 18th, ladies. Invite only, sorry.
And I was the assistant director for this, so we were talking about casting and all that. And he's like, oh, well, like Taylor DeGuzman. And I'm like, what?
I can't believe that
And-
you still thought about me.
Well, because
for that.
I'd seen your singing videos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have stalked you a little bit when things were, like, happening. And I saw your YouTube channel.
Okay,
And
the
some
thing
of
is,
those
from
things.
those singing videos, I sound awful.
They're really
Okay.
good.
Capital AWFUL.
Really good. I remember there was one time I watched them and I literally went to Emma's room. I'm like, Emma,
He showed me.
this girl is like Adele.
No.
He said that you were,
Oh,
quote
no.
unquote, better than Rihanna.
I did say that. Oh, yeah,
Wow.
when you sang Crazy in Love, yeah. So then I was like, wow.
He was like, we gotta cast her. And I'm like, ha, no. And then, because I'm like, we're not having her on the set. Like, she rejected you. How dare she?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want that negativity. You know?
Yeah.
Said that.
I didn't say pride into negativity.
No, yeah. But
anyway.
then, so then there was that, and then...
But then he's like, no, she's really talented. I'm like, okay, maybe. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna text her. She's probably not
no.
gonna say yes because it's awkward.
Well, yeah, so here was... Well, Emma actually sort of, by the end of it, she encouraged me to do it. Because she was like...
You did?
Yeah, she did, because I was like, I really want her, and she's perfect for this one part, because she has this huge belting solo, which you nailed. And so I was like, oh god.
And she's going off to college, and the character's going off to college.
Well, it was kind of like the perfect part.
And it wasn't too big because we didn't know how you were gonna act.
Act, because I've never seen you act. And so I was like, all right, she's like perfect for the part, and I was like, but I don't know about like the personal thing. Keep in mind we had not texted since you had texted me
Hayden never
back
texted her
on
back
Valentine's
after she
Day.
rejected him.
Oh yeah,
He
by
just-
the way, that's like a sore subject for me. I'm sorry about that. I should have texted you back. It was just like that day I really wasn't in like the mood to.
I felt sad that day because I was like,
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so rough. I feel bad about that.
No, don't feel bad.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't have responded either.
Because I was like,
Probably.
because I saw that and I was like not in the mood to respond that day, and then like 2
makes
days later I
sense.
thought about it and I was like, that's kind of weird if she thinks like I'm still dwelling over this 2 days later.
Well, I felt bad because it was February. We still had March, April, May, June. So I was like, wow, I'm going to see him. He hates me now. He's never going to talk to me ever again.
But so
And here we are.
yeah,
Here we are.
Here we are.
In this
Look at
house.
that.
Doing a podcast.
Look at that. But yes.
Wow.
Anyway, at that point I was like, she's perfect at the part. I just don't know because like the whole personal thing and it's just gonna be awkward.
We thought she was gonna say no, but he's like, I'm gonna reach out to her anyway. Cause like,
But Emma, no, to give you some credit, you said, look, Caden, if she's perfect for the part, you should put your personal like things aside, and if she ends up saying yes, which she probably won't because it'll be awkward for her too, then you should just like deal with it. You know, like you'll find a way to deal with it. And I'm like, all right, I
I
will.
love you, Emma, even though you hated me that.
So then I reached out to
didn't
you,
know you. Yeah, okay.
thinking I would get a straight no, because I figured you would read it immediately and have the same thought I did of like, oh my God, that's so awkward. Mm-hmm. But you didn't. You said yes. And I was like, oh my God, what?
Yes.
So yeah, what was going through your mind when that happened? Like, were you thinking like...
Well, I didn't expect to get a text from you at all. So when I saw like, ding, Caden, I was like, oh my gosh, ladies, it's happening. What is he gonna say? He's gonna say like, Taylor, I hate you so much. Never talk to me again. But then when you asked, I was like, of course, like I want to do it. Something was telling me like, do it. Just do it. Just do it. And then we had the first reading, right, at your house.
Yeah, we did. I remember that.
And I have a story time for that, but continue.
Oh.
I knocked on the door. Guess who opened it? It's Emma.
That would
freaking
be
Hollander,
me, ladies and gentlemen.
who hates me. And she greeted me with a smile, which, now that I'm thinking about it,
kind of fake, but
yes. You're like, hi.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'll tell you what's going through my head. So, Kaden told me she was coming, and I was like, whatever, right? But I was like, I gotta be nice to her, because, like, she's in the movie. I kind of thought you were gonna bail, I'm not gonna lie, like, flake out. Because of the personal stuff, I thought that you'd, like, come and be like, I can't do this, it's just kind of weird, and leave. And so I was like, and Kaden's like, you gotta be nice. Like, you can't be, like, a B to her,
Yeah.
Like, just be nice to her, and I'm like, okay, fine. And I didn't really expect you to be as nice as you were. Like, because at this time I wasn't even in high school. I was still in 8th grade, and, like, not like seniors aren't nice, but, like, they're not. Like, like, they're not really nice to, like
Middle schoolers, right.
Yeah. Or, like, if they are, it's not in, like, a respectful way. It's more, like, in a talking down to way.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. So I kind of expected you to be like, fine, whatever, whatever. And so I opened the door, and it was you, and she was so pretty, and I was like, wow, she is at a games league. And so I was like, I was very fake, but, like, I kind of had to be, And so I was like, hi, and she was so nice. Oh my God, she was, like, so nice. And so I was like, wow, okay. And then, like, you came in, and we did the script read or whatever, and then, like...
Me and you were having some moments during that script read.
Yes.
I don't know what it was.
It was... I remember. It was, like, Kaden kept, like, saying weird things. Like, he'd be like, yeah, just, like, a goofy little scene between, like, Dawson and Kaylee, and then, like, we look at each other and be like, goofy,
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, are we connecting right now?
Like, how did we connect like that, though? Like how...
It's just, like...
Even though you didn't like me.
I know, because I think... Okay, at the door, you were so nice. And I was a little bit like...
As soon as you left, Emma commented about how nice you were. That was the first thing she said.
I was literally like... Everyone left. I was like, Taylor DeGuzman is so nice! And so, like, I was very, very impressed with that. And you were so nice. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I don't hate her so far. And then, like, my meter of, like, dislike to like kind of went to neutral. And then, like, we started to have some moments. And then I remember... Especially, like, we went outside for a bit, like,
but that wasn't the first musical rehearsal.
Never mind, that was the first musical rehearsal. Anyway, so you left the script read, we had some moments, it was good, it was fresh, it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I told Kane, she's so nice, I love her, she's so pretty, she is out of your league, and I love her so much. And then, the next musical rehearsal, like, a week later, we came, everyone was, like, kind of chilling outside until, like, it started or something. And you were, like, because you didn't know anyone there besides, like, Kaden.
Oh, yeah, I told her to be a good host.
No, you didn't actually tell me to talk to her. I did it on my own, actually.
Oh.
So, fight me, Kaden. You were sitting at, like, the table outside alone, like, just, like, on your phone or, like, doing something.
Yeah.
And I was talking, because, like, I knew most people there, obviously. And I was like, she's sitting alone, like, should I go, like, talk to her? I'm like... I still don't know if I like her, because, like, she's like, but, like, she's gonna want to talk to me, like, it's, like, gonna be weird and, like, awkward, because, like, she's, like, a senior, and I'm, like, in 8th grade, it's weird, like, a lot of thoughts in my mind. But then I'm like, you know what, Emma, be nice. So I went, and I started talking to you, and we had such a good conversation. I don't know if you remember it.
I remember it. We were going back and forth, weren't we?
Oh, we were. Yes, we were.
What were we talking about?
Boys.
Oh. What?
Love that.
Boys? Yes!
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Kaden and I...
And we were just, like, kind of going off. Like, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah,
and
so the irony of this whole thing is that Emma and Taylor became significantly closer than me and Taylor ever were.
That's a debate right there.
Love that.
It's the truth. Like, Like
me and Emma got so close, especially
Yeah.
over filming Tech Week.
oh my god, yeah.
Her and I got really, really close.
I love Taylor so much.
Yeah.
Like I literally every day we would come home and be like, I love Taylor even more than yesterday.
Every day.
Like
I can attest to that.
I really hurt Kaden. Like a stab each day, you know.
No, we got really close. I
Yeah.
would say Emma's one of my best friends.
You're like one of my
Oh my
favorite
gosh.
people ever.
Stop.
No,
You're
really.
like a little sister to me.
You're like my big sister
The
that I
little
never
sister I
never had.
Anyway, so that's the basic
here we
sort of
are.
history of how we met and we got to where we are today. Lovely, lovely little history. So
No, we're closer than ever, all of us.
yes, I know, which is mind-boggling. After everything,
We're like a fun little squad.
look at that. Okay. So I have some questions that people sent in for you.
Okay.
It's
And
only
just
been
sort of
35 minutes.
In general, I know. Wow. So I've got some.
Hello,
I've got some
complicated.
questions that came in for you, and then I've
Okay.
got some just sort of generic questions after that, and we can sort of see where this takes. Like, don't feel free to like go off or not. You know.
Yeah,
So
Got it.
it's very chill.
Ewan
Oh,
is first.
sorry.
Our best friend.
Oh,
Our best
yay.
friend Ewan. He goes, "Is this podcast really Natch?"
Oh my gosh, Ewan! It is so Natch. It's more
Yeah.
than Natch.
For those of you who don't know what Natch is, do you want to fill them in on Natch, or do you want me to fill them in on
You can
Natch?
fill them in on
Okay.
Natch.
So I
Let's
think
see if you know how to explain one of my favorite words.
maybe I don't. So it was you and Ewan were doing a scene probably.
Yes.
And I was like, just being natural. And then one of the two of you was like, oh, just being natch.
It's me, not Ewan. I created the word.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Okay, so
Maybe you
it
should
was
go
summer.
then.
It was summer of 17.
Summer
My
of
friends and I were making
18.
up.
Summer of 18.
Yeah, hun.
What?
It was last
We
summer.
shot the movie last summer.
No, I'm talking about when I created Natch.
Oh. Boom.
My friends and I were shortening words, and so they're like, "What would be another good like short word that people don't use?" And I was like, "Natural, Natch." And so then it became a thing. And so every scene, I was like, "Everyone, just keep it Natch." So Ewan, Illy the most, keep it Natch.
Yeah, there you go.
It's gonna be a thing,
It is going to be
It's
a thing.
yeah.
Someday.
maybe.
Yeah.
We'll put it
Jessica
on
asks
t-shirts.
you why you're so perfect.
Jessica, oh my gosh. Okay, guys, Jessica's perfect.
I
love
Jessica.
you, Jess.
I love Jessica.
Yeah, I met her for the very first time. Was it at the musical? Yeah, it was at the musical rehearsal.
Must have been. Because she
Yeah.
wasn't in it at the script read.
She is one of the most beautiful people inside and out. She's just so genuine.
Yeah, she's so
So
kind.
genuine, so kind. I
Such a
love
sweet
you.
person.
Yeah, sweet person.
Next up is Toby Gallant. I don't know. Do you know Toby?
Yes,
Yeah.
Toby,
Yeah.
ASB.
ASB. That's how you
love
would
her.
know him. Yeah. He goes, "How is she so goddamn talented and good at singing?"
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
All of these questions are just
That's
like praising Taylor.
that is so sweet. Okay, Toby played my song at a pep rally. He was the
He did?
one.
Oh,
He's
was
the
he?
one that played it.
Yeah, I remember it was the beginning of the school year this year, and I just hear a familiar song, and I'm like, "That sounds familiar." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's Taylor DeGuzman's single." And I'm
Quaking.
like, "What?"
Stay tuned for some new music coming up soon,
Oh.
ladies.
Exclusive
in the
tea.
works.
Exclusive tea.
Let me just tell you, when you cry over Boy, you kind of make some fun lyrics. So
That's true.
that's a story for another time. But
Wow,
we'll save
exciting.
it. We'll save it for
Alright.
the after
When
party.
you're promoting the album, you know.
Oh
come
my
back
god, you
on.
can come here for promo.
We can do some analysis of your
Please.
lyrics.
Genius.
That would be
I'll,
so-
I'll Dr.
Oh my
Holly.
Let's
your
do
lyrics,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Please, okay.
All right, so Isha from Choir. I don't know if you
Oh
remember
yes,
Isha.
Isha.
Yeah, good friend. Love Isha. She goes, "Why has choir been an important part of your life?"
Aw. Wait, that's a really good question. Okay. Choir has always been just kind of the place where it had felt like home, you know? I feel like in high school there's a lot of comparing going on and a lot of like negativity and people are trying to be popular. I mean, you guys can attest to that too. And so, especially with singing being my passion, to be able to find a place where I can just be surrounded by people that are so in love with singing and have the same passion as me, it was just like one of the best parts of my high school experience, because I've never met such a genuine group of individuals who don't judge you and just accept you for who you are.
That's
you
so
know?
interesting because at least from friends that I have who are in it this year, like just around the board from multiple people, that's very
Right.
much the opposite experience.
Yeah.
that I've been hearing a lot of people have been having.
Yeah, everyone has been having really negative experience.
Is that just sort of like a this year thing, or was it like it had always sort of been happening and then you were just sort of not? It wasn't sort of like your class. You
Yeah.
were just sort of above it.
I think I was really lucky because we had the same director for 3.5 years.
Oh yeah,
and then the end
senior
of my
year you just got screwed.
I think I told you about that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We kind of got screwed. So they have been switching directors this past year, which has been really hard. But the thing is with choir, even though the director is incompetent or just like not, we have some tea on our choir
No
directors.
F's given.
No F's given. You still have each other.
Yeah.
So I went to the choir concert yesterday, and they were telling me about how rough it was, but I just reminded them, as long as you guys have each other, it's a big family dynamic. So, even without the director, you guys still have each other.
Yeah, for sure. Elle Levinson, the fave Elle Levinson. She had a
her.
question. What are the best pancakes at Denny's?
Oh!
I feel like there's a story here.
Chocolate banana with hash brown sausage and...
Oh, that's disgusting.
You're kidding.
Oh.
Why?
Bananas aren't good unless they're green.
Okay, yeah. But they did taste like they were kind of green bananas. Wait, do you have something? No, the bananas were on top, but they weren't in the batter.
Ew.
What?
I'd rather them be in the batter, honestly.
Why?
Oh, honey. No.
What? Do you guys have something against bananas?
Well, I don't like bananas done in stuff.
I
Because
just
usually they
don't
take
like-
really ripe bananas,
Oh.
and that's too much for me.
I
banana
don't,
splits?
I feel, I've never been into banana pancakes or like chocolate banana. That's not my thing.
But what if the banana's on top?
Well, I
Same
can-
thing.
I
Well,
can
banana.
scrape
That's
it
a
off.
banana split. It's ice cream with a banana on top, and that's just disgusting.
Really?
Yeah. Like I like having a banana in the morning, but they have to be like
Banana is
real
such a
green
weird
bananas.
word. Sorry, that's off
They have to be
topic.
real green
Yeah.
bananas. Yeah.
It is.
I'm the same way. Like I like them.
Is
I
there-
like them
yeah.
green too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a story here, or is this just
No,
like,
we literally went yesterday at 11:30.
That's
we got
everything.
that would be it?
right. Okay, you guys have to try it. We're going.
Okay,
Oh,
let's go.
Solid.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
I
bet.
haven't been to Denny's since I was like a kid.
We literally went to Denny's for the 1X.
Oh, you
like
did.
a month ago.
You're right.
But
I didn't
yeah.
order anything though. Yeah.
Okay, health queen.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, I ordered pancakes and a milkshake.
That's the way to go.
Heck yeah, bro.
I freaking love.
I had some
freaking-
people that ordered burgers, and like, why would you ever order a burger at Denny's?
Yeah, my friend Danny, he ordered a T-bone steak.
You're just setting yourself up to be disappointed.
It looked like plastic, but your life, your decisions, my dude.
Burger or chicken sandwich?
Burger.
Chicken sandwich. I don't eat burgers,
What
You don't
about
eat red meat, huh? Oh, that's right.
so the burger does not work for
What
me.
about you? Are you a burger or chicken kind of
I'm
girl?
a burger fanatic.
Me too.
No way.
Yeah, love them. I
And
love.
they have so much in common. It's actually crazy.
So Shake Shack, I love Shake Shack because they're. Bomb.
I love. Oh my gosh, I could have like 2 Shake Shack burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're
Not
small.
really.
Yeah, they're so good, but they're salt and they're so good. So I love
The
Shake
bun.
Shack. I love Five Guys.
Ew! He forced me. Do you follow my private?
Do I?
It's at People Change Ice Cubes Melt.
What the heck is that?
It's a little inside joke. People change, ice cubes melt.
But I made her. This was a part of a deal we made.
Yeah.
And I made her take a bite of my Five Guys burger, and she just about threw up.
A sizable bite.
I can
There's
show
a
you the-
video.
I can show you the video after
Yeah.
we do this.
I didn't
It's
actually
pretty-
throw up. It was disgusting.
Is the red
hated
meat
it.
a choice?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
But love Five Guys. What are your thoughts
Okay.
on Five Guys?
I haven't had it in a long time.
Because I like Five
It's
Guys
the place
more
with
than
the peanuts,
In-N-Out.
right?
Yeah,
They got bomb milkshakes.
You like it more than In-N-Out?
I like it more than In-N-Out. In-N-Out, I feel like it's just kind of like
Have you had animal style In-N-Out?
no, I haven't.
Okay, we're going.
We're going. Let's
could
just
try
like do a
this.
giant food trip.
Yeah.
And we'll just go
You
to
know-
all the
you know what I
places.
actually like?
Please.
The Carl's Jr. near us sucks, but Carl's Jr. in general is
Carl's
really good.
Jr. slaps. Western bacon cheeseburger.
I don't
Have
like
you had
cheese.
that?
I don't have cheese. I don't like cheese on my burger. But
He likes the bun,
here we go.
the patty, ketchup, and then and the bun. Yeah,
You're kidding.
Yeah, plain burgers
Just
are the best
ketchup.
way. They're the way to go.
that's it.
It's like I like my pizzas plain too. It dilutes the taste of the original vision.
Ouch. Barbecue chicken pizza and chicken
Oh my
Alfredo
God.
pizza
Ugh.
and supreme.
See, that just
Sorry,
sounds disgusting. But like, I'd be fine putting bacon on a burger. Like that sounds fine to me. But
Yeah, you just have bun, patty, bacon,
Never had bacon.
ketchup. What?
Never had bacon.
you're missing out, Emma.
I'm okay.
But bacon's very hit or miss. Like it can be really good or it can be really not.
That's true. I'll always choose sausage over bacon.
Me too.
Never had that either.
Wow.
Never had steak.
No way.
Steak's delicious.
No.
Steak is so good.
What's your best steak that you've ever had?
Oh boy. My mom's.
That's a good answer.
What a wholesome answer. I love that. Shout out to Taylor DeGuzman.
I was at New York at a steakhouse and they had like cigars hanging from the ceilings. They had like the world's largest collection of cigars. That steak was
Wow.
pretty good.
We don't stand that, but...
No,
don't stand smoking, ladies.
They had like
that
Teddy
kills
Roosevelt.
your lungs.
They had like Teddy Roosevelt cigar and Babe Ruth. It was
okay.
quite epic.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
For show.
All right.
show.
So the next two are from the one and only Mr. Navarez.
No way!
He was very-
He watches the podcast.
Or listens. You
Hi,
can't
Mr.
watch a podcast.
Okay,
Emma.
whatever. Hi, Mr. Navarez.
Mr. Navarez, wait, we have to give him a little timestamp so that he could skip and listen.
But yeah,
here.
now Mr. Navarez, he listened to the first episode and he was very excited to hear I was
Does he know
having you
the
on.
history?
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, he
cute.
didn't know it previously, I don't think. Because we don't talk about you unless it's about Billie Eilish.
Oh.
We watched a whole thing on Billie Eilish in class,
And he literally
talked-
called
Yeah,
it out
he's
in
like,
the full class.
it was like because of you.
Wait, you were there?
I'm in DNN.
Honey, you didn't tell me that.
But anyway,
Wait, what did he say?
so
He just said that he like saw your cover,
Oh,
and then like that
that inspired him to get into Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, but anyway, he was very excited that you were coming on. And so his first question was, are you lonely now being the only Taylor DeGuzman?
Yes. Okay. I was thinking about this the other day. I am very lonely. He's all the way in New York and I'm still here in San Diego. And I just miss getting those hall passes where it said Taylor DeGuzman and it was actually for the other Taylor DeGuzman. And people will stalk me and see that post that I made about the Taylor DeGuzman and they don't get it. They're like,
Really?
They're like, did you date this guy or something? Or like, he has this, like, I don't get it. And I was like, we had the exact same name. Aside from his middle name being Robert and mine being Reese.
You should just get married in the future and you wouldn't have to change anything.
But like that's
what everyone
crazy
said.
that like your names are the same and your middle names start with the same letter.
Yes.
That's insane.
Story time, my parents were registering. Remember when you had to do that at Oak Valley?
I
Did
didn't
you go to Oak Valley? What? Where'd you ladies go?
I went to
Black
Black
Mountain.
Mountain, then
Oh.
Design 39.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
Black
I
Mountain.
switched.
Oh, I see. Anyways, well,
That's
for middle
deep for
school,
another day.
you had to register, and so my parents were like, okay, Taylor DeGuzman. And then they gave, like, a guy's information. They're like, no, like, we have a daughter. And they're like, wait, there's 2 documents. There's 2 Taylor DeGuzman. So I had to suffer with this other twin ever since middle school. But I
Wow.
miss him lots.
Wow.
I feel lonely.
Where did he end up going?
Stevens Institute Technology something in New York.
Go
I feel like
off.
I've heard of that. I
Yeah.
feel like they sent me
Go
a few emails.
off. Yeah.
Mr.
Technology,
Navarez,
I
the
see.
second one, he says, how did you make a place for yourself in a college that is so heavily white?
I knew he was going to say that. He literally called me out in class and he was like, how do you think you're going to make a place, or what did he say?
How did you make a place for yourself in a college
Yeah.
that is so heavily white?
And he said, as being a woman of color. And now, I don't really, like, see myself as a woman of color, but I am. I would just, like, see myself as Asian, American, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
what is it called? Pacific Islander. I was really scared because I knew that USD was going to be very white dominated. Sorry,
Right.
I don't know how to, like, filter it. But
White
it
dominated
is-
is fine.
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
you're good, you're good.
Very white. It is very privileged, you know. There's
Yeah.
people just driving their Lambos like it's nothing. But that's fine.
Just for context, we hate white people. So,
Oh. Oh my gosh.
So,
Okay, I love white people most.
We love some white people.
there are a few white people, but
we don't like white trash
as,
people.
on a
Okay,
whole,
yeah.
like, there you could say, like, they're nice of everything. But, like they're
Like there's a lot of white people that I love. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and like I love most white people, but
I
there's just a
don't-
lot of white
I don't-
trash people that like think they're like better
Yeah.
than
I don't
everyone.
like white culture at all.
Okay.
And
Yeah, it's a
or
different
like
thing.
white history.
Yeah.
Like I'm ashamed of our like history
Yeah.
and like heritage.
But you're not like grouping them like, oh, all white people.
No.
No.
But I just
He just made a
generally-
big claim, you know.
Yeah,
But
I just generally don't like a majority of white people.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything right now because Mr. Navarro is probably listening. How did I make a place for myself? I was really scared, but I remember answering him and saying like I'm pretty confident in myself, so I wouldn't compare myself, which is actually pretty false because I feel like I'm pretty not confident. I can be
Which is
confident
shocking
at
to
times.
me.
Yeah.
Like, you being you.
Yeah. What?
Like if I was you, I would be. I'm very confident in myself. I have a very large ego.
very egotistical.
But if I was you, I would
always
have
joke
the
he should
biggest
give
ego
something
in
to
the
me.
world. But like if I was you, I'd have like the biggest ego in the world.
Yeah.
But like I think the fact that you don't like makes you like it makes you like better, you know? Because you're so like down to earth and so like
Like
humble.
genuinely.
Yeah, like not
Not
like fake. Wow. Wow. We're like
It's like you guys are siblings.
I know, crazy. The Hollanders, hi, welcome. But like you're genuinely so like down to earth, and I think that's just
Aw.
what makes you so like kind and like so genuine, you know?
There's a lot. A
Because
lot
you
of
really are.
I had a whole presentation in Navarre's class actually about how not confident I am. And a lot of people were like, wow, like I didn't even know that about you. I feel like how I present myself can come off as confident, you know, if you, like, didn't really know me.
Well, a lot of times when we were getting to know each other, I completely misinterpreted, you know,
Yes.
everything, because you looked a lot more confident than you were,
I feel like, and I'm not just, like, singling out women, but I feel like girls do a great deal of comparing themselves, especially, like, body image, because of social media. We, like, dominantly use social media, and as, like, a toxic place, too. Anyways, so, college, I joined a Filipino club, and I am now the secretary of the executive board.
That.
Oh my god, go
Yes,
off!
which I'm very, very excited about. But I think just finding that home of people and finding that family dynamic really helped me find a place. And I didn't really feel that it was, like, so white dominated. Again, I, like, through my first year of college, I really grew in my confidence. I mean, there's still days where I'm not confident, but just knowing who I am and where I come from, I think really grounded me. And also just having that club, that Filipino club, and my sorority, which is very white dominated too, but just being strong in myself, and then also, again, having that Filipino club to fall back on.
All right, we have a few more questions. So we're going to skip right over this one. This is from Blake. Why don't you love Caden? We're moving on. Blake Wood. What was it? What was? Remember when Blake? I was hanging out with Blake and he texted you something on my phone, and then your mom was right there.
And it was something very crude.
Oh yeah,
It was something, because I remember I was in the bathroom and I left, and I came back and he's like, I texted DeGuzman, and I'm like,
I think it was so bad.
it was really bad. I remember it being really bad.
It was something like
gross.
Yeah.
R-rated.
it was
X-rated.
My God,
X-rated.
It was
Does your mom like hate him now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, she didn't see it.
She didn't
Your
see
mom
it.
didn't. Thank God.
But I was right next to her. I was laying right next to
Yeah.
her.
You were showing her a video too, right?
Yes, I was. And I was like, oh, wow, Kaden. Didn't know you were feeling that way about me, but that's okay.
Love that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Blake Parker.
Gil Pasternak, our ultimate fave.
Gil, I love Gil so
Gil,
much.
people compare you guys.
We look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I do.
You don't at all?
You do, really.
And his younger sister, who I'm really good friends with, we kind of
A little bit.
Like, we kind of look similar too. Not as much as they do,
Yeah.
but like,
People will come
There's
up to me and
traces
tap me
of
in the
it.
back like, oh, hey, Gil, and I'll be like, oh, never mind. I'll be like, oh, okay.
I can see some similarities, but I think just because, like, I know you two really well,
Yeah.
yeah.
that I just...
Gil and I are also, like, somewhat similar people, too.
Really?
I think so.
Not politically, though.
Well, no, not politically. No. But yeah, no, love Gil. He said, how many Taylor DeGuzmans do you know?
Wow. Let me guess. Let me just take a gander. 0.
You knew the other guy.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
The joke is we literally just... I didn't get it either.
I didn't get it at all. I was like, what in the world?
I was like, did you not understand my question?
Of course.
Wow.
I literally just spent 10 minutes talking about Taylor Roberts.
Yeah, I know.
That's
So,
why I was so
last week
I was
question.
trying to look at you.
Jackson Payne, Emma's favorite. He's not whatever, no, but he's just a friend of Emma's. He asked.
He sits at my math table.
He just
Okay.
followed me on Instagram. I was like, who the hell is this? He said, worst and best class teacher and classmate experiences. Name a few.
Wow. Just kind of like blinked high school out of my
That was
mind.
like 3 questions.
Wait, what is it? Worst and favorite?
Best and worst class teacher and classmate experiences. I think classmate's kind of vague, so maybe we could just stick to like teachers.
Okay. This is kind of sad though. Navarez.
Navarez is one of mine for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sam.
No, well, no, he's gonna hear me when I say
Oh,
about bad
well, just
teachers.
how about you just? Oh,
Yeah, I can't say the name of my bad teachers because I still have some of them.
that's a good point.
Like, I'm not trying to fail my classes freshman
That's a good
year.
point. Then maybe we stick
I'm not
away from
trying
the
to
bad
slander.
teachers. We'll just have that.
favorite?
That
Let's do
combo
like
off
best
air.
teachers and like some maybe like funny classmate stories.
Yeah,
like funny
love-
class
I have a
stories.
story time about a teacher. Oh wait, I told you about this.
Yes,
is this,
you did.
Is this at college?
Yes,
or is this
you
like
did.
high school?
Yeah.
Okay, solid. So anyway,
Favorite? I love you, Mr. Navarez. He's such a great teacher.
love Mr. Navarez.
Yeah.
I do really like Dr. Hall.
I really like Miss Tynan. She was such a good teacher.
Yeah.
Mrs. Defoe. Have you guys had her?
I had Miss Jenkins
My
all 3
friend
tries,
is
but I
my
love
friend
Jenkins.
is her daughter.
No way.
Yes way.
I love her mother.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love
her.
her
Miss
daughter.
Defoe was great.
Teacher.
I had Jenkins all 3 tries, and I love Jenkins to death.
Miss Christopher, I love. See, my mom makes this really bomb Rocky Road fudge, and so I would bring it to her. Became her favorite. The
So
fudge.
you were that
became
kind
her
of kid that just brought it.
favorite.
Rocky Road Fudge. That sounds bomb.
It's a bomb.
Does it have marshmallows in it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, what
that
do you
sounds
think
so
Rocky
bomb.
Road is?
Well, I was just checking. Okay.
Okay, my mom being,
She's a cook. You post
pastry
her
chef.
stuff
Yeah.
every day.
It
so
looks
I
so
would
good.
always bring pastries to my teachers, and that's how I was, that student. But, that's just, like, I also think that's just who I am. Just, like, silly.
No, I can see that for you.
All right.
Also, like, you have the resources to do it,
It's true.
All right, and then one last one. If you could go back to your younger self, what advice would you give?
This for all of us.
Yeah, this can just be like a general question.
I need to think about that. I think I would say, like, don't, like, everything is like meant to be, and like everything is gonna work out just the way it's supposed to, and like even if it doesn't feel like it, I mean, like, I'm sounding like wise, like I'm like a freshman, like calm down, Emma, but like I still feel like there's a big difference between me and like 7th grade Emma, and like everything's gonna work out, and like the universe has a plan. I really strongly believe in that, and like it's all gonna work out.
Yeah.
Which I think is something I didn't think in 7th grade or like 8th grade or like 6th grade or like all the ones before that, but it's very important to like.
Yeah, and sort of reflecting on my high school career, it was really interesting because the stuff I really cared about freshman year that I put a lot of value in and really emphasized, none of those things are in my life in a significant way now.
Yeah.
I was really worried about becoming the captain of the debate team. I don't do debate anymore. I was really worried about making the varsity tennis team. I didn't make the varsity tennis team, but I was fine. And didn't even play on the team this year. So it's like, those were like my major things, and like freshman honors English was like the majority of my worries. But if I would have gotten a B in freshman honors English, would it have changed where I went to college? Probably not. So
I can relate to that one.
But it just like, it doesn't. It's amazing how, like, looking back on it with hindsight, how people take everything so seriously. People worry so much about whatever, but in reality, even in your future, those things won't matter to you at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I would play off of what Emma and Kaden both said. I think high school me was very kind of aware of what people thought about myself, and I was always thinking, if I do this, like, what are people gonna say, or that kind of thing. And also, whatever like thing made me really sad or mad, I wouldn't see it in the most positive light, but just the whole everything happens for a reason is something that I've stuck with, especially in college. And even if like you're hurt by a person, or someone makes you really angry, people are meant to be in your life for a reason, and people are meant to leave for a reason.
Yes.
So
that was my headphone users.
The guy or girl, that leaves your life and that you're really sad about or angry about, they're not supposed to be there. So,
dude, that's been a big thing these past few weeks.
And the people that are still in your life are meant to
and like
help you.
It's okay if someone is only in your life, like, just because a friend is in your life for like maybe like a year or like not that long, it doesn't mean that friendship's bad or like just they're not anymore. It's like that was good for that time, but like that's all you need for that time, you know? And then like I feel like also people like come in and out of your life for certain like reasons, and like just because like they're out now, like it was for a reason, and like even if you're like upset or sad about it, like it was also like I feel like there's not like I feel like in like past years I very like had a need for like I need to be around people all the time, like to have friends all the time, like I need to always have like a group, and like I only have that mindset even like beginning of the year, but maybe just like don't care anymore, but like I genuinely don't, like, you don't need to have like a ton of friends.
Exactly.
You just have like a few good ones.
That's good that you've like figured that out now.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of sucks when like one of them leaves, but
Anyway.
Are we? Yeah.
But what's interesting, I think, also sort of going off that point, is that going sort of out of like the greatest like crises in my life, I've learned the most, and out of solving those like situations, I've met people and done things that I wouldn't normally do, and that have greatly impacted my future. Yeah. I think that's just true in life. You just kind of gotta.
We get kind of deep.
Roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get kind of deep. So
everything happens for a reason.
That is true.
It really does.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we've been talking for an hour. You've been burdened with our presence for that long. If you're still here,
If you're
thank you
still
so
here.
much for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening.
And thank you, the Hollanders, for letting me be the very first.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh my
Such an
god.
honor.
Yeah, thank
Come
you,
back
Taylor.
anytime
Thank you,
you
Taylor,
want.
for coming on and recounting
you.
our history. and all the crazy
Sorry,
stories.
ladies, this does not get spread. Just kidding. It's gonna be so it's fine.
Yeah. Oh well. 0 F's given. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and comment if you want to be on the podcast. Make sure to reach out to me or Emma, and Taylor, we're gonna have you back at some point.
Yes,
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk.
This was a lot of fun.
Talk more about all the things that we said we were saving for next time. So
Yes.
yeah, once there's a bit of distance.
Oh.
Like distance of time.
Emma and I.
All right. Love you all. Make sure to spread love and positivity. Love each other, because we only have each other.
It's a good one. All right.
Peace and blessings.